The goaltenders, Doug Keane starts for Boston.
Boy, he's had a good year in Boston. Bill Ranford has struggled all year long. Doug Keane has been one of the mainstays of this Boston Bruins team. He'll get the call tonight. Pretty impressive one-loss record there too, Ken.
At the other end, Murray Bannerman. He's going about like the entire team is.
Yes, it's been one struggling game after another for Murray Bannerman. He's only won 9 this hockey season, but they'll go with him tonight.
Stapleton wins the draw from Gradine. Blackhawks in white. Bob Murray backhands the puck in, and Keens will play it. Quickly out to center ice. It's Ray Bourque, the Bruins captain. Bourque shoots it in. Middleton along the boards. He's on with Gradine and Neely. Into the corner, Mark Bergevin for Chicago. He's slowed up. Neely trying to get the puck through to Gradine. Can't. And the Blackhawks get it out. Dennis Savard, by the way, had the scratch just moments before the game. He was in the warm-up, but Denny Savard is not playing for Chicago.
Well, I don't think that isn't a load off the Bruins' mind. He would be the one guy they would have to key on tonight. Now they can just play their basic, solid defensive game.
Bourque with Pedersen on defense for the Boston Bruins. Here's Secord. Intercepted. Burley Al Secord shot. He scores! Al Secord!
Boy, can he shoot the puck. This man has scored 54 before. You see him pick off the air and pass. Watch him shoot this one right between Doug Keane's legs. Man, I'll tell you, Ken, he shot that one as hard as he can possibly shoot it.
Right, watch this now in our super slow-mo.
Oh, this would be a great look at it. Watch right between Keane's legs. There it is, zing, right between his legs into the net before he even had a chance to move, and he was at the blue line when he shot it.
That's the 27th goal of the season for Al Secord. Trail the Blackhawks 1-0. Jack O'Callahan, a drive knocked down by Larson. Quick ball and pass just too far for the veteran Keith Crowder.
Boy, had he hit Crowder, I think he might have been able to get a step on Doug Wilson. Wilson's still playing with a bad knee.
Bourque a shot, and on the rebound, the Bruins tie it. The Bruins come through and tie the score. Oh, what a job as Dave Reed comes off the bench, and the 22-year-old makes it 1-1.
Boy, it was kind of a scrambly play, but Dave Reed was in the right place at the right time. Crowder does all the work. He just jams it out front. There's a spin-around move by Bourque. Boy, he's up in the play. Look at Reed. Right into the open slot. Nobody protecting it. Bannerman's down. Let's try and watch what Bannerman does here. Well, he recovers. There's the shot from Bourque. He goes down to get it, but it never does come to him, and he never does recover. Dave Reed just skates in and pops it right over his right pad.
Dave Reed.
Back to Chicago.
Ray Bourque charges into the Blackhawks zone, slowed up by Doug Wilson, and Jack O'Callahan with a puck. Up too far for Larmer. Troy Murray is centering Larmer, who steals the puck back, and Bill Watson. Watson shoots, he scores! Bill Watson, and it's 2-1 Chicago.
Boy, watch what happens here. The puck gets stuck in the snow along the bench there, but there's a couple of inches of snow where the players come on and off the ice. That left it open for the Blackhawks with a great feed to Billy Watson, who's all alone coming in front. All right, here's a look at Campbell trying to handle it. The pass to Watson. He can score. Boy, Keens just went down and tried to cover as much of the low area of the net as he could. I think he might have committed first and perhaps committed a little too soon. Secord is big, strong, and tough. They don't have enough guys like that.
Centering pass. Preston unable to come up with it as Sutter sent the puck through the crease. Greg Johnston for the Bruins with McCarthy and Casper. Tom McCarthy shoots and scores. Oh, what a pretty move by Tom McCarthy, but give most of the credit to Casper. What a pass he fed him, Bill.
Boy, it was a two-man job all the way. McCarthy really put it home. Gosh, when we get a chance to see this move, he gives Bannerman the heave-ho. Here comes Johnson up the right side. Crosses the blue line. Now nobody takes him. I mean, they back off. Threading the needle to McCarthy. He went as if he was going to go to his backhand, and Bannerman, no question, went for it all the way, and nobody took Johnson on the boards, though. You can't let a guy go all the way into the boards to the face-off dot, and go the hash marks by the face-off dot, and then let him make the pass. It gives too many people time to get open. That's why McCarthy got open.
It was 11 days ago at Toronto. Bourque checks Watson, gets caught up ice. A fight breaks out behind the play, and it is Gary Nyland against Keith Crowder.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a big man in Gary Nyland, 6'3" and 210. Crowder kind of had his head buried in him, and Nyland just flung him around into the net. He's a strong man. See if we can get a look at what started it. There's Nyland having trouble controlling the puck. I'm sure Crowder's going to come in and bop him here. Well, it's the other way around, isn't it? Nyland in a defensive posture actually got his stick up on Crowder. Geez, he got a couple in, didn't he, before it all
and Nyland
tied up.
Was ready for the retaliation, wasn't he? Boy, he just grabbed him and said, you want to fight? You're already a step behind.
What the heck? Get a couple of good ones in and then go for the defensive.
The NHL tonight in Chicago.
Here's a look at Mark Bergevin's chance. I thought the puck dropped a little bit, and it may have. It went off his stick. You can see that Keynes was expecting it to come a little higher and had to react to it, but the key was he was out of the net far enough that he really had the angle cut down.
2-2 in the second period on their home ice. Cam Neely, the former Canuck, but the play is offside at the Chicago blue line. And Neely being yelled at by Bannerman because he took the shot after the whistle, and Secord stepping in. And Secord definitely is a policeman for the Chicago Blackhawks. Boy, now Presley behind the play, and everything's going to go now.
Reed Larson was coming into the play, and Presley just grabbed him, and Larson took big exception to it. It was Larson that's throwing punches at Wayne Presley. There's Bob Murray tangled up on the ice beside them, but behind the net. Oh, it wasn't Larson at all. Larson wears number 28 with number 38, Campbell.
Yeah, Wade Campbell.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's Larson.
There's
Campbell
Larson.
and Larson both in there.
Presley and Larson. So there will be penalties.
Here's a look at a little feed off to the side. Murray Bannerman ends up making the little save on it and stands his ground. I think he's still hurting at Neely's shot after the whistle, and that only hurts your pride, but it is dangerous for a goalie, and it's an unwritten rule. When that whistle blows, that's how that fight started between Larson and Presley. Bannerman just trying to get out of the way.
Keith Brown with a puck, wrists it in wide, cutting in. Sutter in front for Preston. A bouncing puck. Sutter a shot. It deflects wide. Sutter and Casper. Al Foster comes in. Casper with a puck taken out, but gets it to McCarthy, and the Bruins on the attack. Over to Foster, on to Casper. Foster breaks for the net, and then Nyland steps in the way, and Ed Olczyk carries through center ice for Chicago. Trying to move in around Simonetti, drops it to Nyland. A wrist shot. Keynes a save, and on the rebound, Keynes another save, and the net goes head over heels, and play is stopped. And the Blackhawks in the last minute or so have had two superb scoring chances.
Boy, they've got the right idea, Ken. They're driving for the net. Both Sutter and Olczyk that time. I thought Nyland maybe should have shot it originally when he had the chance. This was prior to this last sequence. This is when the puck's bouncing all over the place, except across the line. Oh, there's bad hop for the Blackhawks, good hop for the Bruins. Here's Nyland. He made a move to his forehand. I thought he might have should have shot the puck, but the key is Olczyk, Sutter driving for the net all around it. There's a huge pile in front. You have to drive for the net.
The right side for the Chicago Blackhawks. Here's Stapleton. Played much of this season on the Canadian national team. LeVar to Secord, trying to move in around Simonetti. Simonetti does a pretty good job with Secord, who is very strong. Stapleton in front. They score! Mark LeVar. Mark LeVar on a dandy feed from Stapleton. And the Timbers roaring now as the Blackhawks take a 3-2 lead.
I'll tell you, Ken, the Bruins are going to want to watch this film and take a look and figure out why Mark LeVar is so open in front of the net. It was a great feed from Stapleton, and you were right. Simonetti did a pretty decent job at tying up big Secord coming in. Here's Simonetti battling, but the puck ends up loose enough that Stapleton comes in. Look at 15, how open he is right in front. Middleton reacts a little too late. All the Bruins are reacting just a touch late. Neely's coming in. The key is second man in. If Secord can tie Simonetti up, that should leave it for Stapleton. That's exactly what happened. LeVar was so wide open. Now he looks tied up, but he wasn't for a second. It counted.
Blackhawks take the lead here, 3-2.
And it's just another sign of the season that they've had and what Jacques Demers has meant to them.
Bourque shot off the stick of LeVar. Any chance that Jacques Demers will be coach of the year? Here's Al Secord.
4-on-1.
4-on-1.
And he shoots
with Larson back, and Doug Keynes clutches the pads together and holds the puck.
And says thank you.
It's Chicago 3, Boston 2.
Ians who just made that save on Al Secor. Boy, you can see White behind him. There's LeVar over to his left. He's got two more. Keynes makes the save. There's Bergevin moving in. There's still another Hawk out of the screen. That was a 4-on-1, and Al Secor, uncharacteristic of Al Secor. I mean, he's not the most gifted with his hands, but he scored 54 goals in this league, 44, and he's a heads-up player. I'm still wondering why he shot.
And after it, Kelvin beats him to it. Michael Kelvin, second year with the Bruins, gets the puck over. Ooh, and Bannerman pulls it out of the air as Dave Reed's shot was shoulder high.
Boy, that was a feed. He was trying to hit Kenny Linsman, and Bannerman ended up having to pick that from behind a couple of sticks, like a catcher waiting for the batter to swing on it. Reed will just backhand it up in the air. Linsman tries to get a piece of it, and it's pretty tough to tell from this angle, but there were a couple of people between Bannerman and the puck. Here's a better angle. Watch to the right of your screen. Reed will backhand it. We'll see if Bannerman is partially screened when it finally comes. Yep, Linsman's stick is up. Bannerman's teammate's stick is up, and Bannerman's concentration was there, and that was the key to actually gloving that. He had to concentrate on the puck all the way.
Murray Bannerman, who is looking back now really on his best years. His best years were when he was really a backup to Tony Esposito, and it was kind of like, well, gee whiz, if Tony O would retire, then Bannerman could really move into the limelight, but it hasn't worked out that way. Of course, Bob Sauvé is the other goaltender for the Blackhawks. In the middle portion of the year, Sauvé was really getting the brunt of the work, hurt his back, and then Bannerman has had to come in, and in fact, 2 of the last 3 games, Bannerman and Sauvé have both seen action in the contest. That was the case when we were at Madison Square Garden last Sunday. At the point, Peterson, ooh, the puck deflects off Bob Murray, and Bannerman was rather realistically flat-footed. Thomas Gradin, Reed Larson, Alan Peterson, the other defenseman. Gradin smoothly over the line, looking to pass, gets the puck in front. Middleton shoots and scores. Rick Middleton, and what a beautiful play by the other Swede, Thomas Gradin, the 9-year NHL veteran.
Well, I'll tell you, they don't call Rick Middleton, this man, nifty for nothing. What a play by Gradin, but watch how Middleton, when he gets the puck, goes from his backhand around to his forehand and does a little chip shot right up over Bannerman's shoulder with Bergevin lying in front of him. Oh, this will be a good angle to see it from. Great pass by Gradin. Watch up on the left of the net here, top left. Bing.
Number 30 for Rick Middleton. What a career he's had.
Boy, he can sure put the puck away in close. Larson to Gradin. Gradin does a turnaround here and decoys a couple of the Hawks. Middleton is so alone, but he still has to make that big play. You can see that Bergevin was trying to block the pass to Cam Neely on the right going out of the screen, but Middleton didn't think of passing at all. He just whipped it around with his forehand.
Siren sounds. Play kind of tailing off late in the period, Bill, but each team getting a goal and still quite a game.
Well, it tailed off, but what a reversal for the Hawks. I like to look at that period like I looked at the first period, only in reverse. The Chicago Blackhawks established a forechecking game, were able to do some damage. Nevertheless, the score is still tied, even though Blackhawks dominated that period.
Blackhawks out shooting Boston 13-5. LeVar scores for the Blackhawks, Middleton for the Bruins. After 2, Hawks 3, and the Bruins.